most scholars on Maud Lewis agree that Maud had a tough life with Everett. And she made a lot of money in the 50s and 60s in comparison to anybody with a regular job. Someone who worked in a fish plant probably earned way less than what Maud Lewis earned. But Everett controlled all the money. And he basically squandered it away. He had thousands of dollars in the bank in Digby, Nova Scotia, and he was known to bury it in the yard in sealer jars and so on. In fact, that's how he met his demise in the end. It was an attempted robbery in 1979, and Everett was killed in the attempted robbery. No money was ever found. They don't know if you know, whoever the robber was successfully managed to get away with it. But it's a little, you know, it's a bit of the sad part of the story is, you know, like Maud took her joy from her painting every day. But her life with Everett was a hard life, and he controlled her, everything she did. She was not even allowed to walk across the street to visit a neighbor. The mailbox, by 1964-65, the majority of sales were all mail order. And the mailbox was just right across the street. She was not allowed to go to the mailbox. She basically stayed in the house and painted. So it was a tough life. We included one Everett painting in the exhibition, and he started painting, as far as we know, somewhere around 59, 60. And most of them were just copies of Maud's initially. And when Maud died in 1970, of course his meal ticket had disappeared, and he, you know, people would still come to the house, and they would ask if there's any Maud Lewis paintings still around, and he would say, well, there's one last one. And he'd go and find this painting, and, you know, some people who maybe didn't know any different would buy one, but it was obviously not a Maud Lewis, it was an Everett Lewis. And of course he was totally illiterate, didn't read nor write. So the signature would be the most awkward thing you ever seen. It would be nothing like a Maud Lewis signature at all. He later learned to sign his own paintings and had minimum success in selling them. He wasn't a most likable person and most